Welcome. We'll call the organizational meeting to order. Roll call, Mrs. Gonzalez,
Here.
Mrs. Cerruti,
Here.
Mr. Walk,
Here.
Mr. Rivas. Here. And Mr. Cabral is here. Section 2, organizational meeting. Item A, we'll review the Newman-Crozana Unified School District Governance Handbook. In the backup is also on the website is our current handbook, and you have a hard copy in front of you. Please review any items or suggestions that you have, and let's get those sent over to Nancy. Does anybody have any questions for section A?
I just found a few grammatical issues, but I mean, the content is fine. Do you want me to send that over? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the purpose of giving you this is so that you can make some changes and get it
Okay.
back to us. It's not to necessarily review everything tonight, it's to
Okay.
give you time to look at that.
Okay.
But yes, we want the corrections.
Okay.
Any other comments? All right, seeing none. Item B, we have approval of the 2026 Newman-Crozana Unified School District Board meeting dates and organizational meeting dates. You have a calendar in front of you that has all the 2026 dates for all of our meetings and stuff like that in front of you. Look it over, and then it was also in the board backup too. Any questions, comments, concerns, meetings that need to be changed or removed?
My only question was about the October meeting, because I know, like, this past October, there was no school, and it was a holiday. But I know that we don't have the calendar yet, so we don't know. So that was my only, question, comment.
So, Board Member Walk, with the calendar committee, we're gonna meet next week. The proposed calendars that we are looking at would put, if we do have that October holiday, the week after the board meeting. We have to get it approved and everything, however, that's what our recommendation is gonna be, so that we are not missing school those days that we have board meetings. All right.
So if there, Dr. Say, if there's a, if that's a no school day on the 12th, we'll move that meeting to the 19th. Is that what you're suggesting?
We, no, what I'm suggesting is that we move the holiday, if we do have one in October, to the following week.
Oh, move the school day. Okay,
Right.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, right. That's, like I said, that's a recommendation we're gonna be making, and then we have to get it approved
Okay.
and all that other.
All right. With that, could I get a motion to approve the Board of Education, school board meetings for the 2026 school year?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Mrs. Cerruti,
Aye.
Mr. Walk,
Aye.
Mr. Rivas. Aye. Mr. Cabral votes aye. All right, item number C, elect president of the governing board. Anybody like to nominate anybody for president of the board for the 2026-27 school year?
I'd like to elect Don Cabral as the president.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any other nominations? Okay, Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Mrs. Cerruti,
Aye.
Mr. Walk,
Aye.
Mr. Rivas,
Aye.
and Mr. Cabral votes aye. Obviously, I can't vote myself. Item D, we have to elect a clerk of the board. I'll make the motion to nominate Frank to stay on as the clerk of the board. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Ms. Cerruti,
Aye.
Mr. Walk,
Aye.
Mr. Rivas,
Aye.
and Mr. Cabral votes aye. And then item number E, elect trustee representatives of the board. Do I have anybody that can make a motion to nominate a trustee to the board? Who did we have last year? Mr. Watt. Okay. I'll nominate Mr. Walk.
He's like, look, he's like. I get confused with E and F.
Did anybody second it?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. Now, Mr. Walk, you can't vote no on yourself. Ms. Gonzalez? Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye, sorry.
what are you thinking
I
about?
was still laughing. Sorry.
Mrs. Rudy?
Aye.
Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas?
Aye.
And Mr. Cabral votes aye. Item F, appoint superintendent as secretary of the governing board. I'll make a motion to approve the superintendent to be the secretary.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Mr. Rudy?
Aye.
Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas?
Aye.
And Mr. Cabral votes aye. Item G, we have our standing committee representatives. LCAT, we need 2 people to do LCAT. Who would like to do LCAT?
I'd like to stay on LCAP.
Okay, Ms. Gonzalez?
I'll second that.
And then who was on the LCAT?
I think it was
last
me.
year? Was it you?
Yeah. I'll stay on the board.
You want to stay on LCAT? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Frank. And 2 plus 2, so I'll stay on that one as well. Anybody else want to be on the LCAT? Or I'm sorry, 2 plus 2 with the city?
I think I was on.
Okay.
I'll stay.
Ms. Rudy? All right. Can we get a motion to have Mrs. Gonzalez, Mr. Rivas on the LCAP, and Mr. Cabral and Mrs. Rudy on the 2 plus 2? Who wants to make a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Rudy, Mr. Rivas, thank you. Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Ms. Rudy?
Aye.
Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas?
Aye.
And Mr. Cabral votes aye. Item H, approval of authorized agents of Newman Crozat Unified School District. Can I get a motion to approve the authorized signers for the district first? Oh, the positions, it was, just so I'm right, it's the president, the clerk, superintendent, and HR director, or assistant superintendent. Those are the people that are on our account. It's always been that way. That's what it was last year. We just have to redo it because of the positions and stuff like that. So can I get a motion for item H?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Ms. Rudy?
Aye.
Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas?
Aye.
And Mr. Cabral votes aye. Item number 3, any member of the audience desiring to comment on a closed session item may do so when the board president asks for public comment. Please stop or step to the podium and state your name. It would be appreciated if you would limit your comments to 3 minutes. Per board policy BB 9323, individual speakers may be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board may limit the total time for public input to each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. At this time, is there any members of the audience to address the board on the closed session items listed? All right. Seeing none, we will go to closed session at 4:40 p.m. Welcome to the December 8th regular school board meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jaden. Item number 7, approval of the agenda. Could I get a motion to approve the agenda as listed?
I'll approve it.
Thank you, Mr. Walk. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. Mr. Walk,
Aye.
Mr. Rudy,
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Mr. Rivas,
Aye.
and Mr. Cabral votes aye. Item, number 8, report out of action, taken in closed session. We have one tonight. Stipulated expulsion case number 2526, number 03. Motion by Board Member Rivas and second by Board Member Cerruti. It is moved that the Board of Education find there is cause to expel student 53583 from all schools in the district for violation of Educational Code 48900A, subsection 2, willfully using force or violence upon a person except in self-defense, possessing, selling, or furnishing any firearm, knife, explosive, or other dangerous object, and section 48915, A1, AB, A2. Further stipulate that other means of correction are not feasible and that due to the nature of the violation, the presence of the pupil causes a continuing danger to the physical safety of pupil or others. Student number 53583 shall be expelled from the schools of the district for the remainder of the fall and spring semester of the 25-26 school year. Student number 53583 will be allowed to apply for re-enrollment in Newman Crozat Unified School District at the beginning of the fall semester of the 26-27 school year. And that was 4-0 vote aye, Ms. Gonzalez abstaining from the vote. Item number 9, public communication, agenda and non-agenda items. Any person wishing to comment on agenda and non-agenda items may do so. Please step to the podium and state your name. It would be appreciated if you would limit your comments to 3 minutes. California law prohibits the school board from taking any action on a matter which is not a posted agenda unless it is determined to be an emergency by the board. Per board policy BB 9323, individual speakers may be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board may limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. At this time, any member of the public wishes to address the board? Ms. Iniga, you can step up to the podium.
Hello, here tonight, unplanned. This is kind of the last place I wanted to be tonight, but I was asked by other people, and I'm here for myself as well. Just to introduce myself, for those that don't know, my name is Julia Giniga. I was the former lead mental health clinician for the district. Part of my job working with the district was providing therapy to students, both individual and family, at the high school. I was a club advisor for NAMI and Friday Night Live, which was a mentoring program, completing risk assessments within the district for students that were having thoughts of suicide, organized staff trainings, community and district events, provided clinical supervision for unlicensed staff, and oversaw the contracted providers that were hired by grants for additional mental health and substance use services for the district. But I'm not just here for myself tonight, I'm also here for my friends and former colleagues that also worked the 24-25 school year. And each one of us had parted from the district just this last year in June 2025. I'm here because on Tuesday, November 25th, I had a deposit to my checking account from Stanislaus County Office of Education for the retro pay of 1%. That retro pay reflected the tentative agreement that was signed by CSEA on May 8th, 2025, and in the same day was reversed from my account by NCLUSD. And I'm not the only one that this happened to. I'd like to name the other individuals that can't be here tonight, but with their permission, I am going to give their name and their title that they formerly had with the district. And just to let you know that this negatively impacted each and every one of us and kind of left us confused as far as the district's or school board's decision on making this decision. Each individual that I'm going to name did their job and they did it well. They weren't hired or promoted or kept on because of who they know or the barbecues they attended. These individuals cared about their job and the staff, students, and parents they worked with. Each and every one has my utmost respect. So I'm going to start with Letty Placencia. She was a data analyst. Cassandra Martinez worked in fiscal services. Aureli Donor Chavez was a learning director at Oristimba High School. Lourdes Santos Ortega was a mental health clinician at Oristimba. Nina Bacos, mental health clinician at YOLO. Craig Mello, assistant principal at YOLO. And Carolyn Mendoza, assistant superintendent of finance. So after talking to several of these individuals, we're at a loss. We're confused, concerned, upset, and feel targeted that the retro pay was taken from us. Retro pay that historically included our subgroup, or would have made us entitled to. And if it was about saving money, then why did one of the top leadership positions in the district attempt to change the verbiage of their contract that would have entitled them to a $30,000 raise? A raise that not one teacher, yard duty, cafeteria staff, campus supervisor, clinician, or any other district service staff would have been entitled to. It's confusing, it's concerning, and seems to be really unethical, to say the least. I'm sorry, I do not like public speaking, so forgive me. I'm really upset about this, and most of us are that it happened to. So I just have a few questions for the board. I wasn't wanting to come here, but I figured this was the best place to come to get the answers that we were all wondering. Whose idea was it to change the verbiage of the agreement for retro pay that singles out classified certificated management employees that are no longer employed by the district? I know that before the verbiage stated that if you were a previous employee, you were entitled to the retro pay. But I think there was a clause that was added to say, and you had to be a current employee with the district. So I'm just asking, whose idea was that to propose? Anybody on the panel, not just directly addressing the school board. Does anybody want to answer? Whose idea it was to change the verbiage?
We could get back to you with the response on that.
Publicly?
We'll get back to you.
Publicly?
However you want, we'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you. My next question was, what was the intention of the school board to pass the motion to change the verbiage? Was there something that you guys were told that made you decide to pass this motion that basically denied these people that did work the 24-25 school year? Open for anybody to comment.
We'll get back to you with a response.
The board actually can't respond to things that are
Correct.
not on the agenda, so.
Okay.
And your time
So
is
you can ask
expired,
your
so-
questions and they can choose to get back to you, but they can't necessarily answer that in open session.
Okay, I just have one more question. How much money did the district save by not including the staff to the retro pay? Is that another question that can't be answered as well?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So that's it. I just wanted to come here and just say, I know you guys just vote, as far as certain staff. I don't know if you know the exact people that you voted against. And like I said, I wish others could be here tonight, but it's really disheartening to know that it wasn't taken into consideration. I know we're no longer current employees, but we put in a lot of time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into this district, to the students. And for us to be voted against, I just feel like it's really shameful on the district's behalf. So that's all I needed to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. There was only the one, correct? There was only the one? Okay. Item number 10, information discussion items, our student board report tonight. Ms. Venezia, microphone is yours.
Hello, everybody. So for this month's report, it's pretty short, but so far we just have our winter sports beginning, such as boys and girls basketball, wrestling, and soccer. Girls basketball took second place at the Los Angeles tournament this weekend. We had dress-up days that took place the week of Thanksgiving as well. So Monday was students dressed up as teachers, Tuesday was Jersey Day, Wednesday was meme day, Thursday anything but a backpack, and finally Friday was autumn wear. Thanksgiving break allowed everyone to be well rested and come back ready to tackle the last 3 weeks before our winter break. Also at the end of November, seniors had their UC and CSU's applications due and submitted. There was also 6th grade camp taking place at Foothill Horizon, where around 20 of the chosen upperclassmen from Oristimba went along to be counselors. Oristimba also held another blood drive, which was a huge success. We had a record set high numbers of appointments along with 58 full units of blood. FFA had their Green Hand chapter and degree ceremony, And now finally, we're just getting ready for finals week, which is next week, and then lead into winter break for about 2.5 weeks, and students will return to school on the 5th of January. And I just want to finish it off by saying I hope everybody here has a Merry Christmas and has a safe and fun New Year's and enter the new year with positivity and a good mindset. So we'll finish 2026 off good. Thank you.
Thank you. Item B, spotlight on our Beyond the Bell program, Teacher Pathway Multi-Year Sustainability Project. I'm assuming Allison's going to be talking about that.
Good evening, everybody. Am I allowed to switch up? I'm doing two little things today. One is to honor some of my coordinators, and the other is to talk about the teacher pathway. Okay, good.
Sure.
This is a bell. And if the coordinators that are with us today, if you would stand up, I won't make you say anything. Yeah, right? These individuals run some of our programs in the district, some of these remarkable programs that are the reason that Newman-Crows Landing won this award. This is a state award. We went up to Sacramento last week and won this award, and only a couple of us were allowed to go onto the stage and pick it up, but I wanted them to do it. So I would love to honor them tonight by giving them, yes, please, by having them come up and giving them each some love. This is Claudia. She runs the Barrington program. This is Alejandra and Yvette. They run the Von Renner program. 240 students a day. This is Edith. She works at the Barrington program. 140 students a day. Yvonne Alvarez. She works at the Von Renner program running the Express Care program. So these are 5 of the 10 that work in our program, and I wanted you guys to receive this award. You're the reason that we won it, so thank you very much. Okay, so the Beyond the Bells, the proposal is this. Our biggest challenge is sustainable workforce. Our positions are 3.5 hours. Most of the positions are 3.5 hours long. It's a jumping off point. A lot of times it's for a college kid, which I understand. Sometimes it's not, though. Sometimes it's a position in the district to get into the district. What I'm trying to do is get it to be a high school job that turns into a college job, that we basically create a potential teacher who can hire on, hopefully get chosen by Newman-Crows Landing and become a teacher here. Can you change that, Eric? No, Edward? Oh, I have it. Forgive me. Oh, sorry. So this is where it came from. A transitory workforce, it's just the way it goes. Wanting to invest in local Newman and Crows Landing talent and build our own team. Those are just some. There's about 18. These are just accidental individuals who started out in after-school programs, some in Newman, some in Patterson. And on the bottom, you'll see in the middle, Mariana just got hired. Carlos accidentally just got hired. Top right, 4th and 5th, just last year. Both worked in after-school programs for several years. And as I said, accidental. What I'm trying to do is to make it intentional. Let's codify it. That's what I'm trying to get to do. So I'm trying to create, as I said here on the left, a 7-year employment block. The thing that I would add to what we currently have to codify this plan is that I would also hire credentialed teachers from Orostimba. They would work on let's say we would come up with a plan. Maybe it would be 5 hours a month. Maybe it would be 8 hours a month. And they would be dedicated to, let's say, 2 to 4 students that work as Orostimba student tutors. And they would work with them. These are kids who want to be teachers. We need teachers. We need to develop and honor the fact that those kids actually have a love for that. America's struggling right now with teachers. We need to keep people who care. So we find people who care about it, kid magnets, teacher magnets. We hire those people. I pay them as mentors. They work with them the entire 3 years. They work for us as a student tutor. Then they go to MJC, they go to Merced, or they go to Stan State. We continue to mentor them. They work for us all through the entire time they go to college and through their credential year. And what we promise them is an interview with Newman Crows Landing as a teacher. We don't promise them a job, but we promise them an interview. That's where I'm at. Basically, I've kind of explained that right here. And that basically creates people who obviously already know everything about Newman Crows Landing. And what it does truly for us and Beyond the Bell is it creates a 7-year relationship with kids. That makes such a difference for the kids in our program. When somebody comes in and they're gone in a year or they're gone in 2 years, it's still goodness, it's still love. But if they could know kids from TK to 5th, the entire time they know that student, that's a beautiful, beautiful gift that I would love to offer Newman Crows Landing youth. So thank you for listening.
So I just want to say thank you for the things that you guys do. It's an amazing program. Like you just said, you got back from Sacramento, and even though they said my name on the podium, I did not receive the bell. Okay. But if there's anything else that you need for us to go forward, just let us know and we'll support you 100%.
And I feel that. We all feel that. Thank you very much, all of you guys on the board. I feel that.
Thank you.
Any questions about the teacher pathway?
I had asked Mr. Pruitt a couple of questions, which he did answer, but just to ask them publicly again, we talked about how it would be funded. And so this would not come out of the general fund. I understand it would come out through the Beyond the Bell fund. Also asked when it could start, potentially next year, next school year, which is exciting. And also about how many spots do you think would be available?
I would be hopeful to take as many as we could find kids who wanted to be teachers.
Okay.
I would hope that we could get mentor teachers who could maybe have 3. They could mentor 3 students. And I would have to rely on the teachers for their advice. How many do they think they could handle? I wouldn't want to make it overwhelming. But it could literally be kind of a big brother concept initially. Yeah. And if you're talking to a high school sophomore, it's really different than when you're talking to a college sophomore. The level of mentorship is going to be really, really different. And because this is all new, we're going to be learning a lot as we do this together. So maybe it's going to increase in number of hours that they would be spending with them.
Yeah.
So
That's
it
really
would be
exciting.
in the fall. Yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. All right. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Dr. Sehal, you're up for the attendance awards.
Board President Cabral, Superintendent Pruitt, and members of the board, it gives me a great honor to announce this month's attendance award recipients. We will start with the best staff attendance for the month of November, and that would be Bonita Elementary School. And Lily, go ahead and come back up here for one more. So best student attendance improvement for the month of November also goes to Bonita. And I think this site might have to get an asset tag for this best student attendance. This is, I believe, the 3rd or 4th month in a row they've received it. At 97.63% attendance rate, positive attendance rate, we have Hunt Elementary School. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir. Item 11, the consent calendar. The consent calendar items are routine in nature and usually do not require board discussion. Individual items may be removed by board members and presented for discussion as separate action. Consent calendar will be adopted by a roll call vote. Could I get a motion to approve the consent calendar as listed?
I make motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Rudy, and thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas? Aye. Ms. Rudy?
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
And Mr. Cabral votes aye. Item number 12, action items. Part A, accept the 25-26 Newman Crozening site fit reports and 25-26 school year for Mr. Matt Vargas. I was told you have a little presentation for us, sir.
Thank you, President Cabral. Members of the board, Mr. President Don Cabral, and also Superintendent Pruitt. I want to start by just sharing some highlights from the FIT reports this year. You'll notice in your board backup, we do what's called a 5-year comparison that is more than just a 1-year report card on how our facilities are doing across the district. This snapshot of the Williams scores over the last 5 years really showed something to both me and our county inspector, John Donato, who, when we walked this past September, one of his comments was, you know, Matt, I walk most all the schools in Stanislaus County. Not every single school, but at every district, he walks a couple of the schools. And one of the things that has been profound in looking back at at least the last 5 years, is he was impressed, along with myself, that our FIT scores are averaging 97% or higher. And why does that number even matter? First of all, you have to understand, on any given day, on any given inspection, there's going to be something wrong at a school. There's going to be lights that are out, a toilet that's not working properly, or a heater that's not kicking on. But what really the maintenance and what Williams requires is that we're maintaining our schools throughout the school year, not just during the inspection, not just over the summer, but every day of every school day. And I'm proud to say that a 97% average over the last 5 years, I think it just shows the consistency, and it also shows the passion that our maintenance teams, our custodial teams, they come to work every day, you know, wanting to make our facilities functioning, safe, and clean. And I want to thank the school board for supporting that. I think our facilities are, obviously, they're very important to the learning environment for our students. And even though this is just a report card, I'm happy to say I'm very pleased with the scores that our schools are receiving. With that said, back in 2015, we started the annual FIT Award, which is given to the school with the most improved FIT score from the previous year. And I'm happy to share that we have a school that is winning this award now for the 3rd time. And so, talking about consistency, that basically means that every year this school is just a little bit above that 97%. So this year, with an improved score of 1.71%, the FIT Award winner is Hunt Elementary School. So I'm going to ask Ms. Arteaga and Ms. Cope, would you come on up? And also, we're being joined by a couple other important folks, but let me start with the plaque. So the plaque for 25-26 will be at Hunt Elementary in their trophy case, and so that everybody could stop by and see it. So congratulations. And also, as tradition, the winner every year, on behalf of Matt Vargas, the maintenance director, I love to treat our custodians to lunch. So Joel Velez is our lead custodian over at Hunt. So Joel, congratulations. And Francisco Diaz is our newest night custodian, and even though Francisco had not started at the time of the inspection, and he knows this because I'm going to share this, I have done multiple inspections since Francisco has started at Hunt. He came over from the high school and did a great job there, and he's really just continuing the tradition at Hunt of keeping our facilities up to par. So congratulations, Francisco. And we have one more that I want to acknowledge, and it actually kind of goes along with what Miss Cassidy was sharing about how isn't it amazing when we can promote former students and former staff to be educators. Anthony Orozco started off in our district as a night custodian, and he did a wonderful job as a night custodian. But I think deep down his passion was connecting with special needs students. And that's what he's doing now. He's one of our special education teachers over at Hunt Elementary. And I wanted to make sure he got recognized as well, because it's not just what he did when the students, are not in the room and keeping the rooms up to par, but now he's in a place where he's actually educating our kids. And I think that's pretty special to celebrate that. So, Joel, I'm going to ask if you can, you'll see first thing in the morning. I'll happily do that. You'll happily do that. If by chance, though, if you guys see Joel at Subway 2 days back to back, I don't think he gave it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, congratulations and thank you.
All right, action item A, accept the 2025-26 FIT report. Could I get a motion for action item A?
Motion.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Walk. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mrs. Gonzalez. Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Mrs. Rudy?
Aye.
Can't read my own writing. Mr. Rivas? Aye. Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Mr. Caballos, aye. Section 13, future agenda items. Do we have anything pressing? Okay, yeah, that's right. Thursday night, we'll be having our first interim budget workshop here in the McConnell Center, and it's going to be at 5 p.m., correct? Yes. Okay, cool. Item number 14, superintendent report.
First of all, I want to say, adding on to the FIT report, I want to thank our maintenance department for always doing a wonderful job. I don't know that there's anybody here that as soon as there's a problem and we let them know, it is almost fixed as soon as we're done talking about it. Sometimes you don't want to tell them something you want to do ahead of time, like while you're still thinking about it, because then it's done and before you know it. So you need to make sure you want it done before you talk to our maintenance department, because they will do it before you're ready. So great department. They're very eager to do the best they can for our students, and thank you to our custodians for keeping our campuses so nice. I wanted to also add on to the Golden Bell Award to our after-school program. I think we all know that, they had the honor of being the best in the 209, comparing against all the other after-school programs in the county, and we ended up first place there. And then, but that event down or up in Sacramento was just a special event. I think Alice and I both wish that someone else could have walked across the stage, but with it being for school board conference, I think we did the best we can sneaking Allison up there, even though she didn't want to be on that stage. And they said her name was Dawn Cabral. So she was able to sneak out of it a little bit. But I also want to say to YOLO, sixth grade, or last week must have been nice and quiet, because sixth grade camp has gone, and now our students are back. So we didn't hear anything negative happening, so we're assuming that they all had a great time and a wonderful trip, which they always do. And then the other thing I do want to say is, for some of you, I may not see until after the January board meeting, so happy holidays, enjoy your break, take some time to relax and enjoy the things that you love doing. So happy holidays.
Thank you, sir. Item 15, board report, Mr. Rivas.
I got to attend the conference last week with Mrs. Shruti and Mrs. Gonzalez and Mr. Pruitt, and Mrs. Fox was with us as well. It was, it's pretty much training, and, there's a lot of schools that have a 3-person school board, a 5, and there's also 7. So, but they make it work. Talking a couple, I forgot where they were from, they have 30,000 students or 20,000 students that they're actually, like a 7-man board is in charge of. So it's quite a bit, but they actually do their best, and they do it for the one reason is for you kids, okay? And Miss Cassidy knows this. I always tell her, you do a great job. Beyond the Bell is top notch. My son actually likes it now, sometimes. But keep doing what you're doing. The program is the best, not only at 209, but probably California. I'm being biased, but it's really great what you do. And Mr. Vargas, Anthony Orozco used to actually work for me as an umpire. And to see him actually in the classroom is awesome. So for some of you that actually work for me, that are here in the audience, Jaden, Robbie, I'm not saying you guys can be teachers, but you can be. You can do it, okay? And also, seniors, enjoy your last Christmas break in high school. Because when you guys come back January 5th, you guys are going to be graduating, and you're going to be like, what happened? So enjoy it. Make a memory, like I tell everybody. Make a memory, because it's going to go by quick. That's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Rudy?
It's nice to see a room full of students. So first of all, the Von Renner ribbon ceremony that we were able to attend, it was, for me, it's close at heart because I went to school there when I was in kindergarten. So to see where it's at and to see the changes and a school full of young and beautiful students, it was really nice. That addition has made a huge difference. And to keep all those kids with cake not all over the place was very impressive. So good job. Also, for Hunt, Ms. Arteaga, congratulations, you're doing wonderful. And I know your helper, Ms. Cope. You guys are doing really well, and it's nice to hear all those positive remarks from parents and grandparents and students and helpers and everything. So keep up the good work. To all the principals here, just know that we really, really appreciate you all, and kudos to you for dealing with everything, whether it's good, whether it's bad. You guys always still manage to get through and manage to get the schools where they're at, and it shows in the students. So thank you. I also attended the convention, and we learned a lot. We got to see a lot. We got to sit in a lot. So there were long days of sessions, but I think throughout all the sessions, I kept hearing the same thing. Everybody's going through a crisis. Everybody's facing some kind of issue, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. And I think some of us tend to forget that we're not here for ourselves. I think sometimes it gets to our head where we start putting our differences in priorities that they don't belong. And I think at the end of the day, we should take a really good look at our district. And we should be very thankful and very fortunate that we are in the district we're in. We have the support we have, and we are allowed to be difference of opinions, and we are allowed to disagree to agree. And I think sometimes we forget that. And I mean, to see this room full of high school students that are going to be taking that next initiative of being adults on your own, this to us is what we look forward to. Because at the end of the day, we can look back and say, yes, they did it. They graduated from our district. So I think as educators and we're board members and staff and whatnot, I think we need to sit back and think that our responsibility is our students. And I think with all the differences, we need to put those aside and really, really focus on making our district even better than what it is. Differences or not, we are a good district. And I got to see that during the convention. You hear all these problems, and I'm thankful we're not in that situation. We might say we have problems, we're not even nearly where everybody else is at. And Miss Allison, you know, to have been there and been a part of your award ceremony, it was an honor just to sit there and see, you know, knowing firsthand that what we see, and you're up there receiving this award that is so special. Congratulations to you and your team. And as far as the maintenance, I know the maintenance kind of tends to get overlooked at sometimes, but like Mr. Pruitt said, Matt, you're in a position where you're liked and you're not liked. You're the mean guy, you're the nice guy. But I just want to say, you know, you are there when you get that phone call. You are there to handle situations, and you are there with your team. And it's always very pleasant to see your team, you know, firsthand doing what they need to do and take care of things. So thank you, and you're very much appreciated. And yes, so and everybody, I hope you guys all have a really blessed and wonderful time with your families, your friends. For you seniors, take this time to really, really focus, because once you come back, it's gonna go by very, very fast. So if you are second guessing your choices right now, it's okay. But just know that in the real world, it's the real world. And it's coming faster than you think. So that's all I got.
Thank you. Mr. Walk?
Yeah, I just want to start off by saying congratulations to Beyond the Bell. Amazing award, and you guys do an amazing job with your program. I was able to go on walkthroughs through a lot of different sites at the end of November. We've kind of focused on FFA, went to the middle school, took a look at the FFA program there, and then made our way to the high school, and we looked at some of the facilities that we're looking at using some of the bond money for. Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Thank you, sir. Sorry. I know Mr. Rudy used a lot of your time.
Oh, my goodness.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Okay, I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Yes, it was the greatest honor to sit there with Beyond the Bell as they accepted the award. Don't worry, our group was very loud when Allison went up, so we tried our best to cheer everyone on. Conferences are always fun, right? Because they're always like, you get to hear what everyone around the state's doing. There's a lot of energy, a lot of new ideas. And so I think we all left inspired with, especially at the end of the year, reflecting on how everything's gone, reflecting on where we want to go. And, you know, clearly not everything's perfect, right? But hopefully it's been seen that our intentions are for the betterment of the district, and that we really are all here for the kids. I mean, my own kids are in this district, so it means a great deal to me personally, but also as someone that's worked with kids in my career over the last 15 years, it means a lot to me to see the kids succeed. So I hope that everyone has a great holiday break coming up soon. We'll be here again on Thursday if anyone wants to visit us again. But if we don't see you, please take care, and Happy New Year. It's hard to believe that it is December.
Thank you, ma'am. The good thing about going last is they steal all my thunder, you know? So a couple things is Miss Cassidy's Beyond the Bell program is top notch. And what she's doing over there is, you know, not only at the county level, local level recognized, it's also being recognized at the state level. So once again, your team, where's she hiding? Is she still here? She leave already. Oh, once again, your team, you know, at every site, it's kind of frustrating because, like, you know, every month we get a list of people that are, you know, job classifications changing, people get hired, people resign, go to other positions, right? And every single month, you know, there's multiple Beyond the Bell people on there, right? A lot of people go to different areas, different departments of the school district. Some people go to other school districts and continue going forward, but that speaks weight and volumes in itself, right? The amount of people that she's putting through her program to exceed and excel in the future, that's why we're here. That's why you guys are here, right? If you look at that logo right there on the back wall, there's no I in there. Well, I guess there is one up here too, right? There's no I in there, but there's an us, right? That's why we're here. It's not what I want. It's not what Mr. Rivas wants. It's not what Mr. Walk wants. It's doing what's right for the whole organization and every one of us in this room. It is tough at sometimes because we live in a small district. Everybody knows everybody, right? So it's tough. But again, I say this a lot up here. We're here for everyone. Not just one or two people, right? And unfortunately, sometimes things can get taken out of context and just not what it's intended to be, right? There's going to be more changes coming. We're pushing forward. Guess what? The sun's still going to rise tomorrow. It's going to set tomorrow. So how we get to the future, like I said, is it's going to take all of us putting in a lot of work, going through all of our positions, all of our departments, see where we can excel at every single dollar that we're spending. Right? Are we getting that bang for that buck that we're spending? If we're not, there's going to be a conversation, right? At least since I'm going to be up here, right? Because that's what we're elected to do. And there's a lot of good things that are happening, and unfortunately it doesn't take 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's going to take time, right? So, it's an ever changing, environment that we're trying to navigate through. And it's going to take everyone, I think it's great that her program, like I said multiple times being up here is we should be able to promote our own people, right? We should give them the what they need to succeed if they want to, excel or progress in their career field. If it's ag, if it's you're a teacher, if whatever department you work in, if you want to excel or promote or go forward your education and your credentials or whatever, we should be supporting that person, right? Obviously I can't give everybody, $5 million to go become a doctor, but, there's programs or, we can do all kinds of things to, promote within and keep our people local, right? I'm a firm believer in that. If we have a good in-house people, they want to be here for the right reason and they're certified and qualified, guess what? They're going to be here, we owe that to the community. Like I said, please remember that, that logo, there's no I in NCUSD, but there's an us, right? So that's all I have for tonight. Actually, you know what, Mr. Vargas, your maintenance program, top notch. I'll show a quick story. I coach all these kids in sports over the last 3 decades. I ran the baseball program at Crow's Landing, and sometimes I was a little bit mad at Matt, you know what I mean? Because the floor in the bathroom wasn't mopped correctly or whatever. But now, I know what, he works for, right? And that floor was never dirty again. You know what I mean? But he is around the district. You never know if he's going to be pushing a broom or on a bobcat moving dirt. Like, you see that guy all over. And again, another area of our, district is the maintenance department. And they keep you guys' classrooms warm and in the winter and cool in the summertime when it's hot, and the grass is always green, and all of our fields are always green on all the sporting events. Everything's got nice paint. In the near future, the track and the high school area, that's going to be all top notch. But again, it's going to take time. Once again, Matt, thank you to all your guys in the maintenance department. Thank you for being a great, outstanding employee. And I would definitely check those Subway gift cards because he probably already bought a lunch on them today. You know what I mean? And that's all I have for tonight. Have a great Christmas. Good, enjoy your holidays. Like Frank said, somebody reminded us, we are going to have the budget meeting here on Thursday at 5 o'clock. And we'll adjourn the meeting at 6:46 p.m.